It's the spooky season, y'all. Once again, October is here. Halloween is coming soon. My favorite time of the year. Horror movies, horror games, candy, costumes, monsters. We're talking monsters specifically on this episode with Mike Wolfe, special guest, filmmaker in Tennessee, good friend of mine for many years now. And we're going to get down and dirty with Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Classic game that we've all played and enjoyed throughout our lifetimes. Let's do it. Let's eat some neighbors together. Hello again. Welcome back. Stone and Gaming. Here we are, friends. Here we are. Once more. I'm Ronald Short, the host of the proceedings. With me, as always, the Igor to my Frankenstein, Nathan Minger. How's it going?
Yes, master. Yes.
Oh, that was good.
I'm good.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't
Good
either.
job.
I went with it. I didn't know you were going to go with Igor and Frankenstein, so
Why
here
not?
we are.
Here we are.
'Tis the season.
Yeah. And I'm
As
super
they
pumped
say.
about it. Got my hat on. I'm probably going to wear this every episode
Nice.
in October. We'll see. We'll see. How has it been going?
The same.
Yeah.
Fine. Not going anywhere. Washing my hands, turning the page, washing my hands. Yeah, wearing my mask, just, playing lots of video games and smoking lots of weed.
Yeah. Speaking of, what are you smoking?
Uh,
Every time.
Wedding singer cake.
Okay.
Same stuff
All
as
right.
it was last time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm smoking Cookie Kush, which I smoked before.
Nice.
Before.
Yeah.
Sweet. As you know, I took the risk and went to visit the fam this past week.
You're alive, I see. So.
Masked up. Yeah, don't feel sick, thank God.
Congratulations.
We were pretty smart about it. I wore a mask every time I was really around them indoors. And when I hugged them and stuff, I would wear a mask. But, like with the kids, I didn't really. I was really going to meet my nephew. My little nephew's turned 6 months at the end of this month. So I figured that's a long time. I really wanted to see him before he walked. And I wanted to see my other nephew. Love those kids. It was great. It's a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad that everyone is okay.
Yeah, me too.
So
They're all really smart about it, as far as I can tell. So,
that's good.
it worked out. They believe in the mask, which is great.
They believe in the
thankful.
coronavirus too. So
Yeah,
that's
they
good.
don't believe it's a hoax. That's always
Great.
Also, unfortunately, lost a cat this week. That was really tough because I was out of town.
Yeah.
But she was a great cat, and I love her dearly. So R.I.P. Sienna. We'll see you soon. Well, I don't know what that means.
Wait, what?
See you soon? No. Well, I miss you. Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Okay.
I love you. I
Yeah.
love you dearly.
Yeah.
Yes. See you soon.
I hope you don't see her soon.
I'm leaving my amiibos to you, dude. So.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. I knew it. I knew exactly what to say. That's getting buried with me, though. Sorry.
That's
Not
fair.
going to be able to dig that up.
I'm gonna grave job you though.
Oh, no.
Yep. 2 days after we bury you,
Oh, dear
it's
God.
mine. It's mine.
No, why would I do that? I like to get stoned and play video games, and I'm going to stick around for a long time.
Good. Yeah.
Right?
Good.
Just trying to pick this back up. I don't know where it's going. What games have you been playing? You said you've been playing some games. What are you playing?
Yeah. Man, mostly been playing Avengers still, but that I beat the game and there's not much to do in it right now. So it's got the Destiny syndrome,
Oh,
if you're asking me. But the good thing about it is it's still Avengers, so I still a lot of fun.
yeah.
So I still have fun with it. But I've been playing Apex again, so I went back to that, and been playing a lot of Mario 35 as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's been my main thing is Mario 35 because I didn't have a lot of time, obviously, this past week to play games. So I played stuff on my Switch when everybody else went to bed. So I played Super Mario 35, Super Mario Bros. 35, very fun game. A lot of Animal Crossing. Been working on the pumpkins.
Nice.
Though I do not have any big updates, so I don't know if we're going to do a catch-up.
Oh, we should.
Okay.
We should.
All right.
Someone's got some news.
That's all I needed to hear. Also, I took my NES Classic, my mini, with me to Indiana, and I showed my nephew video games for the first time. Outside of the stupid cell phone shit he plays, like kiddie shit.
Yeah.
I showed him the real good stuff. Mario, Galaga. He's still getting the hang of it. He tried to, like, when he was playing, he tried to, like, swipe on the TV screen because he's so used to touch screens. I mean, he's 3, so he's still trying to get a grasp of it all, but he couldn't run and jump at the same time. So we're gonna work on it. I'm gonna keep bringing it, and I'm thinking around 5 is gonna be the magic age. He'll start to really get into it.
Do they sell
play it every day? What?
Do they sell them anymore? Can you get him one for Christmas?
Potentially, but my sister doesn't want me to. He's like, you can bring it, but don't buy it for him. I was like, all right, fine. She's laying down the law. I get it. I guess.
Cool Uncle Ronald.
I may break the rules. She doesn't.
Maybe when he's a little older though. 3, I don't know if he would really appreciate it.
No, he like I said, he was really having trouble kind of wrapping his mind around the moving and jumping and enemies, and it's a lot for a 3-year-old brain. For sure. But yeah, I'm gonna keep working on that, and who knows, I may get him something. We'll see.
Good luck.
Yeah. Well, just a little tiff at Christmas.
Yeah.
Can't hurt.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I hope your sister doesn't listen to this podcast.
She does. Oh God, no, she doesn't. She's not into any of this stuff.
Yeah, great.
No. Great experience. I really wanted to be there. I also want to show him Star Wars for the first time, which is I'm thankful for my brother-in-law and my sister for not being more geeky because they're not going to show him Star Wars. So
yeah.
I'm telling him to hold off.
Yeah.
Maybe I wait to get him the gaming system until I show him Star Wars because she would get back at me by showing him Star Wars.
Oh yeah, good call.
We'll see how it works up. I'll keep you all up to date. Animal Crossing catch-up. I really thought we weren't going to have one this week.
Wow.
But Nathan has an update. I don't have any updates. It's been pretty chill. Got a pumpkin patch. That's about it.
Yeah, I saw your pumpkin patch. It looks great, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Pumpkins are looking good, and we'll have to come to your island and take some pumpkins.
Plant your own pumpkins, bro.
I mean, gift me some pumpkins. I'm just going to take them, dude.
Yeah.
I did buy some pumpkin seeds today, or pumpkin starters, I guess.
Same diff.
Yeah. So my big news is old Cobb. He's out of here.
Oh,
he's
snap.
Gone.
What'd you do?
There's an upside and a downside to it, though.
Okay.
So he is gone. I did the camper trick.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't going to do it, but for one reason, and that's because the new camper is also like a sportsy, weightliftery kind of character.
Yeah.
But he's adorable. His name is Hamlet, and he's a little hamster who wears a little purple T-shirt. You can see his little belly. It's got a star on it. He's got like a little curly Q like hair thing.
Yeah.
He's adorable. So I did it. It took me a while. I was actually doing it right before this podcast, and it took me probably like 6 times, I think.
Oh wow. Yeah.
It kept repeating the same character. I was like, no, they're staying.
Yeah.
And I finally got it, and he's gone. Thank God. Hamlet is coming in tomorrow. He's moving in. That's my update.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cobb is gone.
Cobb.
Later.
Out of here.
Dick.
Yeah. See you never. Why don't you and Zelga start an island somewhere in hell?
Oh. Damn.
Yeah.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Hopefully they don't listen to the podcast.
I don't think they do, but if they do,
fuck
I
them.
don't care.
Burn in hell, Cobb
Yeah.
and Zell. We need t-shirts made.
Yeah.
Burn in hell, Cobb and Zell. And
I'm not
Norma
gonna do
too.
that, unless they're free.
And Diana. That
Yeah, on the
stupid
back.
idiot.
And Norma and Diana too.
Yeah. Idiots.
It's a long
That's
shirt. It's kind of wordy.
Yeah. But it continues on the back. You're right. Like
Yeah.
it's like make 7 up yours. You know, remember that?
Yeah,
joke?
yeah. No, I got it.
Like that.
Yeah.
But
I'm still gonna get it if it's free.
the shirt?
Yeah, else makes it.
Oh. That's okay. We'll figure it out. $27.
No.
Okay. 30.
Still no.
News and releases. News and releases.
Let's do this.
Take it away, Maverick.
Okay. Not a lot of news going on, but I found some. I dug some up in the news category. First, some Mortal Kombat news in the world of gaming. There's a new Mortal Kombat pack.
Oh,
That's with a K, by the way, not combat with a C.
right. I figured as much.
Yeah, because
They should get rid of the C in pack as well and just make it 2 Ks.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
or just remove just the C.
Oh yeah, good idea.
And
Yeah, because that's 3 Ks. I don't want that.
That's a good point. Too many Ks.
Fuck that. Fuck
Too
that.
many Ks.
Yeah.
So there's
Back it up.
3 new characters coming out. 2 of them are Mortal Kombat characters from years gone. Melina and Rain, which is the purple Sub-Zero character, who just has water powers.
Oh.
Melted
Just
ice,
melted powers.
melted Sub-Zero.
Oh.
And then the third character is Rambo, which whatever. I guess that's cool. I mean, I'll play it if it came with what I have or not. But if I have to buy it, I probably won't.
You don't want water powered Sub-Zero?
No, I'm fine without that. But Sylvester Stallone recorded the dialogue for Rambo. Although watching it, it doesn't really match up because Sylvester Stallone is now like 85 years old or whatever. And yeah, it's the First Blood Rambo. So
wow, yeah.
Very young.
Sounds like a geezer.
Yeah, he sounds really old, and it's a little weird, but
that is weird.
Yeah. So that's news, I guess.
Who are these Rambo people? Like, is there a big Rambo fan base?
They keep making movies, so I guess.
Oh wow! Do people love Rambo that much? Like, is he in the zeitgeist like a RoboCop? Or I mean, everyone knows Rambo, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've seen all the movies.
I would say he's in that same kind of as the characters that they've released in that game. I would say that he's in that same kind of vein for sure.
I just feel like he's lesser, and people try to make him more than what he is. A little bit.
I mean,
just my feeling.
Maybe I would say that's definitely the movies too, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. There was supposed to be a movie where Rambo like fought like a creature in the forest, similar to Predator, but they couldn't get funding for it, which is bullshit.
That would have been weird, given
Sylvester Stallone wanted to direct it. That's the only one I would have watched.
I read this article about it and how First Blood is like, this doesn't have to take long. It is a movie about like Rambo doesn't kill anyone intentionally in that movie. I think he only kills one person.
Oh, sure.
It was by accident because it's like him trying to escape Vietnam,
something like that,
some other place, and but in the movie or in Mortal Kombat, not just that character, but other characters like RoboCop, for example, they've just kind of ignored that lore and made them just
killing machines.
Yeah, like
just
for violence sake.
Yeah, well,
Which
absolutely.
yeah, I have to read. I was like, yeah, it's a good point. And after watching some of the RoboCop like fatalities and stuff, it's like, yeah, this is not RoboCop. Like one, he just blatantly murders. He's like shoots him in the face for no fucking reason.
He's like
Yes,
modern
he
day
does.
cops.
You're not wrong, I guess. Too real, too real.
But yeah,
Anyways,
I agree with what you're saying.
yeah, so
I
like
guess it's just for fun, though, you know?
yeah, whatever.
Fuck it.
Sure. Yeah, who cares?
Mortal Kombat's violent. What can we expect?
Yeah, nothing, I guess.
Did Peter Weller play RoboCop? Like, did the original RoboCop play RoboCop?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think so. And
Cool.
Arnold Schwarzenegger did.
Did he really?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Or better, it's just Terminator movie.
Dark Fate.
Release was. Yeah,
I haven't seen it. Have you seen that?
no,
I haven't either. Yeah, I've been burned too many times, Terminator.
Yeah. Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, I'm good with the first two.
Yeah. Also, just the fact that the T1 or that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a robot that just ages.
Yeah.
What? Okay,
That makes
you've
sense.
lost me already.
It's real skin, dude. It's real skin, so he ages over it.
What does that does?
They wanted to be able to bring him back for when he's an old man. So they writ that into their mythology. Damn it!
When would they write that in? Was that a line?
I'm not really defending it.
Oh, was that a line in Terminator 2 I missed?
Yeah,
I'll be back when I'm old too. I can't do a Schwarzenegger.
That was good. That was really close.
Horrible. It was just low and aggressive. There was no accent. Anyway, let's go to news number 2.
News number 2.
This is only 2-day old news. 3-day old as of today. Yeah. Fall Guys season 2 is live. On October 8th went live. New season, 4 new mini games, Hoopsy Legends, Night Fever with a K, as in the medieval knights.
Whoa.
Egg Siege, more egg games.
Yep.
Wall Guys is the last one. And Wall Guys.
Sweet. I think that's the one where you have to work together and push up the steps to get over the walls. I think. I saw that in the trailer.
Over them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you have to be a teamwork, but you're not on a team. You actually have to work together, but you have to try to beat everyone else there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. I'm excited to try them. I haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah. And then
a blast.
The season 2 theme, of course, is medieval.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Get your medieval skins while they are there.
Hot.
Yeah. That's all for the news, folks.
Whoa! What a news, man. That was good. Good news. I'm turned on.
Oh.
Let's hear about those releases now. Let's finish it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a weird episode.
I'm in a dark place right now, man.
That's fair. So we're doing October releases, second half. This one we got October 16th for all you sports fans.
Yeah, boy.
NHL 21.
Oh, I can get down with some NHL.
Yeah, this is cool. If you pre-order it, you actually get access to NHL 94.
Oh,
which
is that the original?
I don't know if it was
one of the good ones.
Yeah, I think it's one of the good ones.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I had NHL 95 for the SNES for Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
That game was awesome.
Nice.
So I assume knowing EA and sports franchises is probably the exact same game. So,
sure.
Pretty good.
Sweet.
So that comes out on October 16th.
So if you pre-order it, you get that?
Yeah, on all platforms, which I guess you have 5 days to make that decision. And I think
I don't think I'll get it.
Well, I think if you have EA Game Pass, which comes with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate,
yeah,
you get it for free.
Really?
Question mark. I don't know how EA Game Pass works, so
You get NHL for free?
I mean,
game?
It's an EA game.
Sure. Huh.
I don't know how the EA Game Pass works though, so
I don't either.
know. I don't know if it's like the Xbox Game Pass where you get access to those new releases, like the Microsoft new releases.
Right away.
Yeah. So
no idea.
Yeah, I guess fact check that, and we'll get back to you.
Get back to us.
Yeah, when you already know.
You let us know if that's correct.
Call us, leave us a text. Anyways, next release, October 29th, coming out, Watch Dogs Legion.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. You can.
I never really got into the first two. Yeah,
me either.
That's pretty cool. You can be an old lady.
Yeah.
You need more games where you can be an old lady.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should only be able to be an old lady. I should just be the main character of that game.
And Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see how she gets radicalized.
I do too. I want to see that origin story.
Yeah.
And that's all for the releases. Not a lot of releases going on.
The trailers for that game looks pretty cool.
They do. All of the Watch Dogs games look cool. I played the first one, and it was fine. It just was very GTA, and was not GTA controls. And I was like, I can't do rough. It. Like driving was horrible. Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they always look cooler in the trailers, and they come out and they're not as good. Like they usually at E3, they're like, here it is. Here's all this new shit you can do, and then you get it, and you're like,
yeah,
this is hacking.
Yes, well, one extra button. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I've watched some people play it, but I've never played it myself. Either of the first two.
Yeah, I never played the second one, but
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
people will like it. They made another one, so
yeah,
whatever.
Enjoy. Ubisoft loves making sequels.
You're not wrong about that.
They're right up there with Activision.
Man, you are not wrong about that.
That was fantastic, man. Always on top of it. Always on top of it.
I have my finger on the pulse.
Yeah, right in there.
Watch out, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, watch your back, Jeff. That brings us to our special guest, filmmaker extraordinaire, Mike Wolfe. They'll be joining us for our top 3, which is top 3 best video game monsters for the Halloween season. Mike Wolfe.
Whoa.
Filmmaker, horror filmmaker. I mean, that's pretty accurate, correct? Like, that's your main focus, at least for right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you knock it out of the park. I've always loved your stuff.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for talking monsters with us.
I am
Halloween season.
Yes, I'm thrilled to be spooky and talking monsters with y'all. Very excited.
Hell yeah. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I almost forgot the title. We're talking Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which I am very excited about. This is one that's been on the list from the beginning, and I'm glad that we finally get the chance.
Me too.
So the last thing you shot was at Chattanooga, correct? Is that?
Yeah. We just had our premiere. No, I don't guess it was a premiere, but it was Tennessee premiere of Hit and Run, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a ghost story, and we're working on a new thing called Mischief Night, one of the masks back here.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be fun too. But man, it's hard to make stuff during a pandemic, as I'm sure y'all know.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I loved Hit and Run. Yeah, hence this. Yeah. I loved Hit and Run a lot. I thought it was a really tense, and it had a great atmosphere, and I love the ghost.
Thanks, man.
Fantastic
I really appreciate
work.
it. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what you do now. I'm excited for Mischief Night.
Yeah, it should be done anytime now. Where we've got like one little thing left to shoot, but other than that, we should be wrapping up on it. So awesome.
It takes place on Halloween, I assume.
Night before Halloween, which is traditionally Mischief Night.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, Devil's Night is like.
Yes, I have heard that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I know stuff. Yeah, totally. Go ahead.
Are you all filming during the pandemic? Like you were filming?
Yeah, like we actually shot. I mean, it was we had 6 people total, so like super,
Wow.
and that was like actors and crew, so everybody was doubling up, and like, you know, everybody, all hands on deck, and lots of outdoor time separated to, you know, catch your breath and whatnot.
Wow.
Breakdown and setup were really difficult just because of masking up in like humid Tennessee summer, you know, as
I can imagine.
and everybody's in fall clothing, you know, trying to make it look like Halloween. Yeah, it was miserable. I don't want to do it. I don't want to make anything else until after this is all over, or, you know, whatever that looks like. But I don't recommend it.
It's hard. It's hard, I bet.
Are a lot of your locations primarily indoors?
For that one, it was like split 50-50. It was like, okay, most of it was, there's like people who are terrorizing the main character outside, and then we cut inside. But yeah, I mean, just trying to do, you know, it was.
I can't imagine. Yeah,
we had like, you know, $150 budget, so yeah,
sure,
it was crazy.
Yeah, wow.
I love the behind the scenes pics I've seen.
Thanks, bud. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
I'm excited to see it.
Cool.
Now, as a gamer, what is your let's hear your history, your gaming history, and what do you mainly play on now? Like, let's hear about your.
So right now, I mainly play PS4, and like I don't have a ton of time to keep up with gaming. Like the main thing that I play is Overwatch. Like I'm a big Overwatch nerd.
Oh yeah, love that shit.
But I have had gaming in my life in one way or another for as long as I can remember. I got my first Nintendo my 4th Christmas.
Nice.
So that was like, I think that was just as much a gift for my mom as it was for me.
Same with my family. That's why we got one.
Yeah, exactly.
My parents were like in their mid-20s, and they wanted to play Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it was. I grew up with the Nintendo. We had like a Nintendo room that was just, you know, all the games with a shitty little foam couch, and yeah, it was great. And yeah. So that through Super Nintendo, we always had Nintendo products for whatever reason. So like Zombies Ate My Neighbors was definitely a big one that was on the SNES when we finally got it.
Nice.
Yeah, and through the last few years, I've just been a PlayStation person for sure.
Nice.
So yeah, and then
Fanboy.
I mean, horror has been such a big part of my life. Any horror game was like, yeah, you know, so Zombies Ate My Neighbors kind of checked every box for me. So
sure.
Well, PlayStation always has good horror games, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Were you into the Splatterhouse games? Not to derail that much, but yeah, go ahead.
So we had an arcade nearby called Crazy 8, and they had a Splatterhouse cabinet.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
And that was very cool. And actually, just recently here in Murfreesboro, there is a local arcade that also has the cabinet, and it's just...
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I've never played it on an arcade. I've only played it console.
It's very cool. Yeah,
That's
is a very cool cabinet. Yeah.
If I ever make it out there, you got to take me.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, they've got a ton of horror stuff too. They have like a sit down Walking Dead like crossbow game.
Oh wow.
They've got the Nightmare on Elm Street ball machine, which is one of the best tables.
It has some horror pinball machines, and that's one of them they have. I love that one. It's so good.
Pinball's kind of a big thing in Austin, isn't it? Isn't there a few pinball places? Or?
Yeah, that's the biggest one, but you could usually find pinballs, like the cabinets and arcades in the back of like bars everywhere, pretty much.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're pretty obsessed with that kind of stuff. All right, well, we brought you on because I knew you were into horror.
Yes.
You love it. You eat it up.
Yes.
I wish I could be as be as knowledgeable as horror as you are. You're just
now I'm going to disappoint people. That's what you set me up to disappoint people.
Not at all. This is going to be fantastic. But this is one of the hardest lists I think we've had to write yet. Second to maybe top rare games, which was a big one.
Yeah, I would second that. Yeah.
So the top 3 monsters, the way we do it, we start with you, Mike. You're going to say your number 3. Okay. Then we'll throw it over to Nathan. He'll do his number 3. I'll do my number 3, and then we come back to you. Does that sound good?
That sounds great. Let me pull it up real quick. Sorry, I should have been prepared.
You're fine. I could cut this out, but I might not. It's authentic, you know. We're real.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Number 3, go for it, buddy.
My number 3, probably the clickers from The Last of Us.
Ooh.
Nice.
I just like the whole Last of Us thing. I mean, just taking probably my favorite game anyway, but taking kind of a tired concept and turning it on its head and rooting it somewhat in science, I thought was really cool. You know, these kind of fungus zombies, and just the way that they expanded that in the second one, and just the profile and art of them is really horrifying but gorgeous. Yeah, both. Yes, those two reactions.
That's hilarious.
So like and I'm also a special effects makeup artist, so like seeing just something that you could potentially make, you know, and just like visualizing, okay, this is very filmic, this is very, you know, just the silhouette of it is really gorgeous. And yeah, I mean, I am doing a second playthrough of Last of Us 2 with headphones on.
Oh,
nice. Terrifying. The noises and everything. Right? Like it's
that click is, I don't know the word to describe the feeling it gives you. It's
it's not
great.
Quite like hair raising. It's like skin crawling. It's a lot of everything. But that's definitely my number 3 for sure.
Nice. I haven't actually played Last of Us. I just got a PS4 a few months ago.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna try it at some point, but I've got a fucking stack of games right now. I'm trying.
I think you will especially appreciate just the storytelling of it. And
okay.
I will tell you, the opening of that game, I cried.
I mean, every time. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yep.
I can't wait to play that.
It's a good cry. It's a good like a good story,
therapeutic,
emotional, just like a good story, emotional, like relating to the characters. Good cry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll play that at some point.
All right, my number 3. This was actually, the clickers were just off my top 3. They're my number 4, actually. But this monster just edged them out, and that's Carrion from the game. Carrion.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like this monster just because you get to play this monster.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Such a cool take on that, just the monster and concept in general, but also just that kind of dungeon crawly gameplay in general. It's such a cool take on that. So yeah, keep it short and sweet. Carrion.
I love that game, as we've talked before, and it feels very John Carpenter-y.
Very Thing-like.
Yeah, being able to take control of the humans is fantastic.
Yes.
I haven't played it yet, but I'm dying to.
It's only like 5 or 6 hours to beat it, so it's
cool.
Perfect like afternoon game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. All right, my number 3. I am kind of cheating, but they're both from the same game franchise. The Tank and the Witch are tied for number 3 from Left 4 Dead. Both horrifying monsters, in my opinion. When you come across the witch, and when they updated her to be walking around and crying in the second one, oh my God. Where, like, in the first game, it's scary to hear her crying. You turn the corner, you see her, you can avoid her. But in the second game, she could be right behind you, and you have no idea until she's right there. Oh, it scares the shit out of me.
Okay, but like gun to your head, it's the witch, right? Like that's.
Yeah, probably yes. But I fucking love the music for the Tank, like. Oh, bum, bum. I love that shit. So it was really hard for me to pick. Yeah, Witch probably edges it out because she's really horrified. She's pure terror.
Yeah.
You shine a light on her, and she just looks at you and starts growling. And you're like, "What do I do?" Oh, that's the best. But the Tank is just also pretty thrilling. He's horrific and thrilling, whereas the Witch is just pure nightmare fuel. Mm-hmm. That's where we're at. Tie for Tank and Witch.
Tie
probably wins.
Listen,
Mike, do you need me to say it?
Listen, it's your podcast. You can do whatever you want.
It's the Witch. Number 3 is the Witch. All right, number 2.
Number 2. Yeah. All right. This one's hard. I had to really think about like what between 2 and 1, and Nemesis from Resident Evil 3 is my number 2.
Nice.
I
was wondering if that guy was going to show up anywhere.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember as a kid scared the shit out of me. Yeah. But now, like, I go and I look at like the cutscenes, like in the in-game footage is still good, but the cutscenes he kind of looks like a condom full of like rotten meat. Like he's very shiny and just kind of split in places. But man,
he's got the long leather jacket, right?
Yeah,
like
so he's like BDSM meat condom. But yeah, I think for the remake, they did him justice.
Yeah, I've heard
the redesign and the teeth and everything.
Oh, that's awesome! I need to. I haven't seen him in the remaster. I haven't checked it out yet.
Great. It's pretty great. It's still just as scary, and the way that they kind of incorporate some of the later game mythology into the character is pretty cool too. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll have to check it out.
Scared the shit out of me as a kid. Like anytime you would just hear him say stars like somewhere, and it was. Oh.
Did it scare you when you played the remaster as well? Like was it?
Yeah.
Or were you just used to it? Okay.
I'm not so like horror films. Very rarely do I get like a thing that will scare me. Yeah. But like horror games, I tend to want to be like headset on in the dark.
I get so scared.
Oh God, I scare the shit out of myself all the time. I mean,
I get so scared. I pause the game often. And I just like look at the internet, and then I'll come back to it when I'm ready to shit my pants again.
The PT demo was like that for me.
Oh,
I just.
I bet, yeah. That one was horrifying. Great demo, man. I wish we could have made that game.
Yeah.
Damn you, Konami. All right, go ahead, Nathan. Number 2.
My number 2, The Witch from Left 4 Dead.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Everything you said. That cry is just.
Ugh.
I'm pretty sure I've had an actual nightmare, so that cry is somewhere in the background.
It's the worst.
Yeah. I don't know how much else I could add to what you said. Just
another great Left 4 Dead zombie that I almost put on the list, I guess 3-way tie, was the Boomer. I think the Boomer is a fantastic zombie.
Yeah.
Fantastic zombie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Witch, great. That's a great selection.
Witch, yeah.
Awesome.
Fantastic. All right, number 2. My number 2, the Big Daddy from BioShock.
Yep.
Horrifying creature. Yep. What the fuck are they, Like, have a giant drill for a hand, and when you piss them off, their eyes or their helmet turns red, and oh my. And the little sisters they're protecting, all of that just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Big Daddies, whenever I saw them coming around, they don't bother you unless you fuck with them. So like when I just see them, I just hide in the corner hoping they just pass. I knew I had to get the little sister eventually, but I would wait it out.
That's fair. I mean I don't want to say too much because spoiler alert for my number 1, but we'll get there.
My bad.
But yeah, I mean that's my number 1 is the Big Daddy.
Go for it. Take it over.
/ Songbird, I think. From the Infinity. Infinite. Yeah, so like with Last of Us, the BioShock games are my favorite games, and what is so like the thing that they do so perfectly is it's this balance of horror and heart, which is always and like how it relates to the main character is just really beautiful, and just
that's awesome.
That again, silhouette design, like the diving helmet. I mean, it's all even horrific. the big sister from the second one. I mean, they're all 3 of them are
she's quicker, right? Like she can move around faster.
Yeah, she's very spindly and can jump around. But
horrifying.
Man, just beautiful, beautiful monsters.
Yeah, I need to play actually the second and Infinite. They came out for the Switch recently, and I'm hoping to pick them up. But I love the first game so much. Well, I guess whatever you consider it after System Shock or whatever. But that game, BioShock, is a masterpiece. Yeah. That game's incredible. The atmosphere in that game is amazing.
Have you never played the third one?
No, I haven't played Infinite at all.
Oh wow, yeah, I need
to get on it.
Nate, have you played it?
I've never played any of them.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I think like in terms of storytelling and just kind of how layered and nuanced it is, yeah, those are really gorgeous games, and
Awesome.
and they really do some cool stuff in the third one. So yeah, you should get the remaster collection for sure.
It's on my Christmas list. Did you like the sequel? I knew that came out and it had mixed reviews. Like, did you recommend?
It wasn't the same developer as the first and third game.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And so, I mean, it's worth playing. It's an interesting story, and like it, like the big sister's a cool thing, and but if you just kind of like remove it from continuity, you can play the first and third and not really lose anything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is it in Rapture, the sequel?
The sequel is, yeah.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, Big Daddy. Scary creature. Scary thing. Go ahead, Nathan. What's your number one?
My number one is the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
I went
interesting.
Kind of scary, but I mean, they're monsters still.
Oh, it counts.
Yeah.
Monsters is a very large,
broad term. Yeah,
umbrella.
Why this was difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, I Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite franchises of all time. But the Heartless is it's such a cool, interesting concept, like the manifestation of the darkness in people's hearts. Nerd alert. So yeah, the Heartless are my number one.
Nice. Yeah,
I've got one actually.
See the little boy.
Oh, he's got a Heartless.
There he is.
Showing us an action figure.
Yeah. You can't see this on the podcast. So
if you watch on YouTube, though, yeah. Jump ahead. My number one. That's a great number one, dude. What you killed it. Number one, Ganon from The Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
I think every incarnation of Ganon from the beginning has been a little scary. Even as a kid, seeing that giant pig beast, having to face it and defeat it and save Zelda. Whew! And it's just only gotten bigger and creepier. And Ganondorf adds another layer to it, in 64 and so, from there on. How he's able to take a human shape and then becomes like Breath of the Wild, when you face Ganon, not only the first time, and then you face Ganondorf, I believe, and then giant beast Ganon. Oh, horrifying. He's gigantic. Have you played Breath of the Wild, Mike?
I haven't, but I'm obsessed with Ganondorf just kind of as a character.
Yeah, he's super cool.
And he's thick.
He's definitely thick. He got them fangs.
Thick evil dad.
So that's what Nintendo was going for, I think.
Thick evil dad.
When they designed them.
We need a new demographic.
Bowser's not doing it. He's not thick enough.
No. Thicker. Adam Driver give thicker.
Thicker. That's great. That's fantastic. But yeah, Ganon. That's my number one.
Awesome.
Top 3 monsters. That was a fantastic conversation. Fantastic conversation. That brings us to the reason we're talking monsters. The reason for the season. Game of the week. Zombies Ate My Neighbors with Mike Wolfe. Fantastic filmmaker extraordinaire. Developed by LucasArts and published by Konami. I guess you did all right with this one, Konami, I guess. I take back the fuck you I said earlier. For the SNES and Genesis, it was released in 1993. 1 or 2 players take control of Zeke and or Julie in order to rescue their neighbors from famous horror movie monsters. The monsters include vampires, werewolves, demonic babies, spiders, squidmen, evil dolls, aliens, UFOs, giant ants, blobs, giant worms, mummies, chainsaw-wielding maniacs, pod people, and of course, zombies. 55 levels of neighbor rescuing goodness. Mike, let's talk about it. What was your experience growing up with Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
I think we had a local video store called Video Wizard.
That's an awesome
name.
name.
Right?
Yeah.
Great name.
Straight out of a movie.
Yep. That's going in some like 80s nostalgia piece I do at some point.
Nice.
Yeah, we had, and I mean, that was my first exposure to the box art and stuff like that. But then once video games, they bought out the music shop that was next door, and so they had a whole video game section too.
Oh, wow.
And that's where I rented Zombies Ate My Neighbors for the first time. And
those were the days.
Oh man, the salad days, as they say. But those were I mean, that, like I said earlier, just kind of checked all the boxes, right? I mean, like, it was this 50s kind of throwback thing,
but like mixed with the 90s.
Yeah.
Zeke is straight from the 90s with his Bart
hair,
Simpson haircut.
Yeah, but I mean, I just remember I was a huge Universal Monster kid growing up, so like having all of, like the 30s monsters and then the 50s B monsters, and like even so then there's Splatterhouse dude, kind of, like chainsaw wielding dude,
Jason,
and then the little Chucky dolls and whatnot,
right.
And then like using my kind of Monster Squad kid knowledge of like, okay, well, I have to use silverware to carry the werewolf, like that's that's how you do it. Like the fact that they kind of thought ahead and did that kind of thing. I don't know, man. Like I loved that game, and then once I kind of got older, I don't think I played it again until maybe a few years ago, and then I kind of forgot about it again until you had not forgot about it, but hadn't really thought much about it until you reached out to me. But man, it was a huge, like, I obsessed over that game as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I the first time I played it was at a friend's sleepover, and he had rented, a stack of games. Parents would always get you a couple to bring with friends, since kids are gonna want to play more and more different stuff. So it was in the stack with like Toe Jam and Earl. This one was on the Genesis. I played it most on SNES, like yourself. Yeah. But this one, the first time I played it was Genesis, and it blew my mind that you could do 2 players at the same time, facing these monsters. And you could split off and do your own thing and meet back together. And like you were saying with the power-ups and the abilities and being able to actually use your knowledge of the mythology and like use the crucifix for the vampires. Like that's such a cool touch. You could tell it was made by a team of people who actually cared about those movies and creatures.
Well, and that was the interesting thing too, was like all of the Lucas Arts games are kind of like that. They all have like a weird attention to detail and just like really like a love of story and a love of like the subject matter, like the Monkey Island games, and like, I mean, it's all just kind of it's all very much made by people who get it and like who really loved it. Absolutely.
I feel like the games, it depresses me because when Disney acquired LucasArts, they basically got rid of the video game section, and that's depressing because they've made such cool games. I loved how much care they put into them. That's a bummer. But let's talk. Let's get hyped up again, Nathan. What is your history with it?
Yeah, honestly, I think mine's almost exactly the same. I didn't own this game, but me and my brother, I think this is probably the game we rented the most as a kid. Like if there was ever a game that we wanted that wasn't in, we would always go to Zombies Ate My Neighbors. But I think the first thing that we need to talk about, Mike, that you mentioned is the box art.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Really grabs your attention. So cool. But yeah, again, being able to play 2 players was such a cool thing because I had a brother and we would always play video games together. So that was a big draw for us. But then, like you said, Mike, and like Ronald, you just said, the mythology that they went with, that they just kind of trusted that you knew that. They didn't really, there wasn't a tutorial to explain that to my knowledge. Yeah. They just kind of went with your knowledge on that, and that was pretty cool. I also love how like the list of monsters that there are in this game. Again, I think you could tell is made by people who really care about making it. It almost feels like a kids on bike video game.
Yes, absolutely.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, before those really took trends. Sorry, my cats are gonna fight here in a second. You can see it.
Those tails. Those tails are going.
Go.
One sec.
He had to mute it. Fantastic.
Incredible. That's so good.
I'm not cutting any of this out.
Good.
Awesome. As I was saying, for I was rudely interrupted. Run with it and make their own decisions and kind of figure it out as you go. And as limited as it was kind of an open world style game, at least in the area. You could just kind of like Ronald, like, or one of you said, I don't remember, you could kind of split off and do your own thing. You didn't have to be on the same screen as your friend or whoever, as the other player.
For sure. Yeah, kind of a sandbox. They'd throw you into it and you can get the neighbors in whatever order you want,
Yeah.
Defeat the monsters or don't defeat the monsters. That's another cool part is you can just escape. Like you don't have to fight them unless you're really trapped.
You just had to save one neighbor every level.
Sure,
the rest of it was just kind of like whatever.
Yeah, screw the rest of those neighbors.
Yeah.
I think one of the other things is it's 55 levels. Like
I know.
That is insane.
Have y'all beat it before? Like have any of you beat it?
No, and we put it on at work today. We have a big TV that we're either like we'll stream like a Twitch stream, like a player, or just long plays of games. And I was like, hey, I'm doing a podcast today. I'd really love to put this on. So we did a back-to-back of that in Ghoul Patrol, and like,
oh nice,
that's awesome.
It's the player who was doing Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It was a 3.5 hour long playthrough. So it's and they basically, I mean, I think it was probably a bot, and it did it in like got every neighbor and everything in that amount of time. But like as a kid, like that's like 55 levels is insane. I mean,
that is, yeah. That's nuts. I mean, there's only like eight worlds in Mario.
Yeah.
What is that like? I can't do math. 8.
There's not much time between the two either. So it's like in just a few years, it's like, you know what, kids can do this. Just here.
Yeah. Yeah, and are there saves in that game? There's passwords, right? Like, how the fuck did anyone beat that game?
Yeah.
That's a long 3 hours. I guess that's not too bad.
But that's like somebody. But when we were kids, I mean, that was not a 3 hour affair. Like,
right? No way. Yeah, absolutely not.
I also. Before Ron, we go to you. We need to talk. My video store that I rented this game from was called Admit One.
That's awesome.
It was Video Wizard.
No.
And I think we need to just talk about how much of a staple I think video rental places were to us as kids. Like that's how I got to play new video games.
I'd imagine we're all about the same age, right? Like Ronald, how old are you?
35.
And Nathan, how old are you?
35.
Okay, I'm 33. So we're like, it's all in that same
youngin'.
Back
in my day,
we took the trolley down to the Video Wizard and we bought second candy.
My video stores. I mean, my primary one was Kroger. Like they had a video store in the back. So I would rent like Super Mario Kart and whatnot from there a lot. But then there was also Video Update, which was like a local franchise. I went there a lot.
We had
cool.
We had Video Wizard, and then when I moved to Tennessee, which was in '99, they still had some video stores. But that was when I was exposed to like a video store in a grocery store, and I couldn't believe my eyes. And that was a treat for sure.
Going to Kroger and like, cause they had their horror selection on display, and I was like, as a kid, I was afraid of horror. I took me like 12 years old is when I saw Halloween, and that's what really cracked my brain open, and I started wanting everything. But when I was really young, I was just scared of everything. Like my imagination was went wild with it. So I would just see the covers of the VHS tapes and have like nightmares, just based off of some of the horrifying, like Alien 3, where she's got the girl and the gun, and I'm just like, oh my god, Alien? That sounds horrifying. So I was late to the party, but I had a lot of like thoughts already going just from the cover art, which was amazing at that time. You don't really do that on streaming. It's like, oh, I heard this was good, so I'm just gonna watch. Like, I don't look at posters and say, oh, I'm gonna watch this based off that.
Right.
They usually just throw them together to put their stars on it or whatever.
Yeah, it's the floating heads now, and that's usually it.
Yeah, who gives a shit about that?
Right.
I want to see like a doll with scissors cutting somebody's
cutting a Jack in Box. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jack in the Box. Yeah. What was your favorite monster in the game? I'm a big werewolf fan. Always been a werewolf fan. What'd you say?
Yeah, that's me. I mean,
but
they were like, that's the thing is, all of it was just so cool, and it wasn't just like, kind of crummy graphics. I mean, it was like they were super detailed, and like, and when you kill the werewolf, like he turns inside out, and like
it's so cool.
Yeah, it's like Fright Night, like just like he completely dissolves, and it was I mean, I think the werewolf, I think at the time was unexpected. Like a lot of the monsters were just kind of unexpected because it's the zombies ate my neighbors.
Exactly. As a kid, I just thought it was going to be a zombie.
A weird little fact I found out today. There are printings of the game on the SNES where the top label says, "Oh no, zombies ate my neighbors." That's just very funny to me.
That's awesome.
Oh no, it's happening again. But yeah, I think like the werewolf, the vampire was like, there were several different vampires. Like one of them would crackle with electricity, like Dracula from Monster Squad, and like it was. I don't think there's a bad monster in the bunch, really.
Oh no, I agree.
So. I like the
go ahead. I was just gonna say he actually scared me because it's like hard to kill him. Like you can't stop him.
Yeah.
So like I just avoided that guy. Yeah. And if there's more than one, fuck that level. I'm just grabbing one neighbor and I'm getting out of there.
Yeah.
Not for me. Not for me. I'm a big fan of Werewolf. Do they have a representation for Gillman in this game? I can't remember. Creature.
They have this
squid
men, but
but aren't they like they have like tentacles and stuff, right?
Like,
like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, no, I don't think there was like a
that bums me out.
Yeah,
he's my personal fave of the Universal monsters, just design wise.
I don't think there wasn't like a Frankenstein proxy either.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess the scientist is kind of the doctor.
Yeah.
Like the guy that's kind of like pulling the strings in the background of everything. Yeah. Did you guys watch the end of the game before we jumped on here? Like, do you mind if I talk about the end?
Oh no, go for it. Yeah, we watched it today. Yeah.
Well, for one, like you were mentioning earlier, it looks great. Like the scientist turns into a giant spider, and you have to fight him from there. The spider looks amazing. Like I think it's one of the best looking bosses I've seen in an SNES game.
Yeah.
He's got really cool design. His eyes are really well animated. He looks pretty cool. Yeah, you should watch it. And then he turns into a giant, his own head. I don't know why he does that. You kill the spider, and then he transforms again from the scientist into a giant.
Into the great and powerful Oz, I guess.
Yeah. He like spits his tongue out and barf. I don't know. It's weird.
That's weird.
It should have just ended with the spider.
Well, and then there's the credits level too, which is super weird.
It's super weird. You get to meet George Lucas?
Yeah. Yeah. And like you're fighting like one of the office managers another floating head thing, and he's
I didn't see that.
It's very strange.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The final level in the credits is in LucasArts' office, and you can talk to all the programmers, and George Lucas greets you as you walk in.
Amazing.
And the tentacle from Day of the Tentacle is in there bouncing around.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Yep. And then he shows you early sketches for Jar Jar Binks. It's very strange. It's very odd.
Getting your opinion on them.
Yeah. Hey, I got the good shit. Get over here. I'll show you.
What do you think? It's poetry.
We're both doing George Lucas over each other. Just a herd of Lucas. Hey, come over here. You want to see my Jar Jar Binks sketch?
We're an embarrassment of Lukai. That's what
Lukai. An embarrassment. It's like a murder of crows.
Do you know a group of pandas is an embarrassment? I share this fact with everybody I know.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's an embarrassment of pandas.
What?
Yep.
That's
poor pandas.
No. Yeah.
Have you ever seen them eating and stuff? They always fall over.
Yeah.
I think it fits.
That's a good point.
Fuck pandas.
Pandas. This show has always been against pandas, and it's not changing today. They're a true embarrassment. Let's get back on track. Let's figure this out. Is that all we want to say about Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
It's kind of a perfect game, right? Like, I mean, I honestly can't say anything bad about it. I think they pad their numbers level wise a little bit because you repeat like the same layout and whatnot. But like,
they could cut some of the fat there.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it gets harder, and like the enemies start appearing faster and they get quicker and whatnot. Yeah. So it's like it becomes an endurance test. So I don't really fault them, but yeah, it's kind of it was one of the it has aged really, really well.
Oh yeah.
I think it is still just as playable today as it ever was, when we were growing up. So.
Sure. Yeah. Man, I'd really love to get my hands on it. I haven't played it since I was young.
Well, where I work, we have 3 copies if you'd like to place an online order.
How much is that game running these days?
$40. Not bad.
40? That's not bad at all.
And the carts are in incredible shape.
Oh, that's Play and Trade Murfreesboro, everybody. You hop online and give us a call. It's 890-GAME. That's 890-GAME.
Oh, that's fantastic. You should do all of their commercials.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
All right, well, a masterpiece. Damn near close to being a masterpiece, I think, in all of our opinions here. Great nostalgic revisit here. I'm feeling great. Got the serotonin really bursting out. I feel nice. That brings us to the sequel, which I didn't know about, to be honest.
Me either.
Had no idea until pretty recently. Ghoul Patrol, produced by a new team at LucasArts, not the same group, and released on the SNES, not the Genesis. They were planning it, canceled it. In the SNES in 1994, Zeke and Julie are back, and they must travel through 5 worlds to save their town from a horror exhibit come to life. Mike, have you played this one?
I have not, and kind of same boat. Wow. I mean, until maybe the last 10 years or so, I had no idea it was a thing.
Yeah. I've watched videos on it. It looks similar. Mm-hmm. It just looks slower. Yeah. And I know it got mixed reviews when it came out. A lot of people were disappointed with it, but I didn't even why would you call it something completely different? If you're going to make it I think originally they reskinned it for Zombies Ate My Neighbors, if I'm understanding correctly. So it wasn't planned always to be a sequel. I just don't know why, if you're going to make the change, just call it Zombies Ate My Neighbors 2.
And I think both of the characters
again, Zombies Ate My Neighbors again.
Oh
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
They've been eaten again.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Again. But yeah, I think both of the character designs are different too. I don't think that they look like.
They're close. They're close.
Right.
Yeah. Zeke, his haircut's a little shorter.
I think he's wearing a ball cap. Is he not wearing a?
You might be right. You might be right.
Yeah, I think he's wearing. And I was just kind of. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it does seem like you can't even call it a cash grab because it's not like it was such a popular game that they needed to do that.
It took a few years before it even got popular.
Yeah.
The first one. Yeah, I don't know. I wish they would make a sequel that stands alongside Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
It's a cool concept, right? It's kind of like Waxwork, the game, where this monster exhibit has come to life,
Sure.
That's a cool idea.
That is cool.
But it's 5 levels, and you're right. It is very slow compared.
It looks so slow. Yeah. Doesn't have the charm. It doesn't seem like. I haven't really seen too many of the monsters, to be honest. I've only seen a few clips of the game, so I don't know how well they stand up. But
I wonder if the team that built the original one knew that they weren't going to be on the second one, and that's why they added that credits level.
Oh, maybe.
It's going to be immortalized forever in this. LucasArts.
We're going to make this the longest game of all time.
Try to stop us.
I never played any of that. Didn't know it existed either. I don't know if you all know this. As this ends and we transition into what we would hope for a sequel.
Yeah.
There was actually a game recently on Kickstarter called Demons Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen that? Have you seen this, Mike?
Because I think maybe Bloody Disgusting or one of the websites reported on it, and it's like one of these spiritual successor games, right?
Yeah. It's like exactly like that. It's kind of I don't even know how to explain it. Kind of exactly like a Zombies Ate My Neighbors, but it's more of a updated version. It's kind of like a bullet hell kind of game almost, but not as bad as those kind of games are nowadays.
Sure. Is it top down?
Yes, it is top down.
Good. Gotta have that. 2
characters, water guns, monsters, same kind of premise. Looks great.
Did it not hit his goal?
It didn't. October 5th, I think, was the last day of their Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah.
Oh, it was that recent?
Yeah.
I remember hearing about it when they were developing it. Like they were going to do it.
It was like they were asking for $200,000 though. It was only like a month-long campaign. So
you know how close they got? How close did they get?
They only got like $40,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
A fifth of your.
Yeah, we're really trying to bank on that nostalgia. And it did not work.
Was their team involved? Like people from the team on the original involved?
I don't know.
Or was this just a completely new? Like there was an homage?
I think it was just an homage. Yeah, I think it was just a new thing, new people.
Interesting. Well, sorry we couldn't talk about this sooner and get people to look at it.
Yeah.
Not that anyone listens to this. Yeah. Sorry to say, Mike. Sorry to say.
Oh no, hey, it's fine. No, my time's not that important. No, but it's one of those things that, like, you know, I wish that it had succeeded. You know, I want a new game. Like I want new stuff. You know?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about our hopes for the franchise. If it were to return, what kind of game do you want? Go ahead.
Do
you have ideas? Like what would you like to see?
I think that I don't know that I want like you would know this. What's the company that did Psychonauts?
Double Fine.
Double Fine. I'd love to see Double Fine do this game.
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
They did a game recently called Nights on Bikes.
Oh yeah.
And that is just one of the most charming games I've seen. I'd love to see their kind of art style with this game. So I think like an updated art style, keep the top down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, make it just
that would be incredible.
Yeah, and I think like you leave it. I think maybe it has to do this time with energy. You know, like kind of how in Ghoul Patrol, it's like, oh, this has come to life. I think maybe it's an alien thing. You know, because there's a ton of aliens in the first one.
Yeah.
That's causing all of these monsters, and then like the end of the game is setting up for the sequel where it's like this wax museum or this, you know, like House of Horrors comes to life, you know, and it's like you know,
that's a cool idea.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
I like that. Go ahead, Nathan. What's your hopes? Do you have anything?
No, I think that's a great idea. So a company like Double Fine doing like an updated graphic, like cartoony style you got to keep the top down style still.
Yeah.
I think
never thought about that. Double Fine. That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, definitely. I
love
think
games.
Adding more variety in terms of level, right? Like I think not recycling the same map with different shades of trees. And adding like puzzles and stuff that you kind of have to
kind of cool.
Puzzles.
Yeah. I think that's what I would want to see. Boss battles. Definitely like some boss battles.
Yeah. That'd be pretty tight.
Yeah.
I would like to see them release a collection. I'd like to see Ghoul Patrol and that game released into like the Switch eShop or something, you know, PSN, Xbox, whatever. Just give us the games. I want to access them.
I think I read online in 2009 it came to the Wii U.
Yeah, it did.
Store or something.
It was the Wii, actually, the Wii store.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I wish I would have bought it. Damn.
Yeah.
I thought I had read that it was in the eShop currently. Is it not?
Is it? It might
I
be.
have to check that out.
I would shit my pants.
I could be completely wrong. I was just looking for a place.
You better not get me excited, Mike. You better not get me excited.
But no, I looked, just looking for a place to find like where I could play it.
Yeah. And it said it was there.
Yeah. Well, I just kept seeing articles that was like Zombies Ate My Neighbor's eShop, so
okay.
I just didn't know if it was available.
Yeah.
I would love like a re-release. I think that would be great.
That would be cool.
And I think nostalgia-wise, like people would buy the shit out of that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Especially nowadays, I feel like people are. Horror is like really blowing up. People love horror stuff these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I would like to see them do is I would like them to release it again. Maybe do a re-release with updated stuff. Yeah. And then make a sequel to that that's just the same kind of like in the same vein with more monsters. Maybe like you were saying, puzzles to solve and bosses. I think that would be really cool. Yeah. Someone who, like people who did the Streets of Rage 4 or even Battletoads. I thought they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
So having somebody with that kind of love for the property come on and make something that's in the same vein. Yeah. Like a Double Fine with updated cartoony graphics. That'd be so tight.
So when you propose a question to me like this said, what would you like to see happen? I also thought like further, like what would happen with the property, and I looked up, was there ever a plan for a movie? And James Wan at one point was gonna was looking for the rights to it. I think a movie would be great, but I would really love to see like a Paranorman style stop.
Oh, fuck!
That'd be cool.
Right? That would be amazing.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, Aardman.
Yeah, or like either a limited series or something like that, or a movie. I mean, I just think like it can't. Like, it's a really cool property that they just kind of have let sit on a shelf.
Disney Plus,
absolutely.
Disney Plus, if you're listening, sitting on that LucasArts shelf, put
it out.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'd love to see him expand on it for sure.
For sure, yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
What monsters would you like to be seen added to it? Like, I for one, I'd like to see something like the Ring Girl, like she crawls out of a well after you. That'd be kind of cool. Really cool. Comes out of a TV, maybe. Like she comes out of different portals, coming at you, crawling. Yeah, black hair. That'd be pretty dope.
I think just like monster crossover in general, like that, like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That would be.
Get some licensed characters in there.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It'd be cool if there was a like maybe just kind of like either a stealth level where you're just dodging the feet of kaiju.
Oh
my god, that would be so cool.
And like you're having to dodge like buildings falling and stuff like that. And
that would be a dream.
You never see the full kaiju. You just see like the feet or the hands or
that's a
like
great idea.
That would be really cool.
Maybe like you could tell when it's about to burst like fire down at you. Like you see orange lighting up, you have to get under something.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope. That's a great idea. That's
That's cool.
And the Gillman. I want to throw Gillman in there. You have to have the creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah. How do you not have him? And Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster.
They did some, cosmic horror stuff.
Oh yeah, Cthulhu.
Cthulhu stuff.
That would be awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
That would be so awesome. Yeah. That could be part of like the kaiju level with tentacles coming down.
Yeah.
Elder Gods. DLC pack. There it is. The Elder Gods DLC pack.
I love it.
Awesome. Well, I think I speak for all of us when I say I hope this franchise returns. We love it dearly. And, give us more games and movies and TV shows.
Please.
LucasArts.
Allow us to make some?
Oh.
Not the video games. I don't know how to make video games. But...
let us turn it into something.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'll figure it out.
Disney.
Fucking cowards.
Awesome. That brings us to our segment. We're loving it. We're always loving it.
We're loving it.
Nailed the title.
I nailed it. Let me try it again. We're loving it.
Perfect. Boom. Got it in 2.
where we talk about a pop culture item that we're loving. Mike.
Is it just one? Is it just, can I?
We've done 2.
You can do 2. That's the limit.
Okay.
Buckaroo.
All right. I'm liking, like strongly liking Bly Manor. I just finished that.
Oh, nice. Nice. I saw your Instagram story about it. I read a little bit. I didn't want to read too much because I want to dig into it. Yeah. I know there's no spoilers, but I was just like, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Or touch it.
And then I picked up a game that I had been wanting to play for a long time. And it came out, I think, in maybe 2016, 2018, called Halloween Forever. Have y'all played this?
No.
It is an 8-bit side scroller. It's on the PS shop, but I know you can get it on Steam and a bunch of other places. You initially just play a little jack-o'-lantern man who spits candy corns. And you are trying to stop an evil wizard from making it Halloween Forever.
That sounds fun.
So good. It is so much fun, and you unlock different like costumes, but they're also like they all different have like play styles that are different. The bosses are very cool.
Wow.
And now I'm trying 100% it, and it is just it's adorable and like super. Have you ever played Monster Party for the NES? Did either of you ever play that?
No, I never played it.
It feels like it could be a companion game to something like Zombies Ate Your Neighbors, where it's just like monsters and very Halloween. Awesome. So check it out if you get a chance to.
Oh, that's on my list now. I never heard of it, and now it's for sure going to go check it out. How much was it? Do you know? Do you remember?
I mean, it was so cheap.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Cheap. Do you have a question? Bly Manor, is it as good as the first? How's it? That's all I want to know.
Now, do you? All right, so no, don't elaborate.
No. I just want to know. Yeah, you can elaborate. Go for it.
It doesn't hit the same emotional depth, or like dread of the first season. Okay. Is a very effective, gothic like horror romance.
Okay.
But yeah, the last episode does some stuff that I'm still sitting with that I'm not so sure about.
Oh.
So, yeah, but I love it. I mean, I'm a Flanagan fan, so.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Flanagan.
Flanagan. He doesn't use that. He should.
Yeah. Coward. Yeah, but I'm definitely worth the watch for sure. So.
Awesome. I can't wait. And are there a bunch of hidden ghosts in it too?
I don't know. I actually there were a few that I'm like, oh, that's a hidden ghost, but then it ends up kind of being part of the scene. So yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe he steered away from that a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to top what he did in the first season.
That's
with that.
The thing. And if you go in thinking like, okay, this is gonna be good, it is good. It just is not Hill House.
Yeah, it's hard to top. Yeah. Nathan, what's your what are you loving?
I am loving. So this is a show. I'm just getting caught up with this. This is old. I'm sure everyone's already seen it, or at least knows what it is. But
Seinfeld. Is it Seinfeld?
Friends? Have you guys heard of Friends? The show. Chandler is a riot.
Ew.
No. I don't have FX. I don't have cable, so I'm just starting to get into a bunch of FX shows. Earlier we had talked about in an episode What We Do in the Shadows. I binged that in like a day, and now I'm binging Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
If anyone's ever seen Atlanta, yeah, this show is fantastic.
Never heard of it. What's Atlanta?
It's a show on FX.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Childish Glover's in it.
Yeah. Donald Glover. It's about becoming like an up and coming rapper in Atlanta, and just
great show.
Situations that occur.
Love how it's shot.
Agree.
The weird moments are amazing.
Yes.
Come out of left field.
We just watched the episode where they're like on a talk show. That's heavy.
Yeah, that is a heavy ep.
But I love the way it's shot because it's like with all the fake commercials and stuff in it.
Fantastic.
It's so Donald Glover. And at the end of it, I was watching every credit was Donald Glover, directed by, written by, executive produced by. That episode was all Donald Glover.
Yeah.
No, that show's great.
Big fan. Yeah. I can't wait for season 3.
Have you seen it, Mike?
Silence.
I haven't. No. The Star of Mischief Night is actually, she was featured in an episode, which is pretty.
Oh,
cool.
wow!
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
But no, I haven't. I've watched that episode because she was like, "Oh, you gotta check it out," and it was really cool. But I want to see. I'm a big fan of his, so yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's great.
All right, my we're loving it, or I'm loving it, I suppose. Super Mario Brothers 35. Battle Royale goodness done by Nintendo. I have played this game so much recently. Do you have a Switch, Mike, or are you just PS4?
No, yeah, I don't. We just a PS4, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, if you ever decide, I highly recommend. I think you would love it.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna pimp out the Nintendo Switch. Fantastic system, but this game, it's brilliant how they've incorporated these elements, how you can send enemies to other players, and they have to when there's just rows and rows of bad guys on your screen, it just changes the whole game. It's really fantastic idea, and I can't wait for them to expand upon it. Supposedly they have code in there for other Mario games, so like Mario Brothers 2 and 3 maybe.
Interesting.
So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm sad it ends in March. I hope they change their mind about that, because I think they could just keep making it a great game, keep adding stuff, and
they're like ending everything in March. It's really strange. Like they're not going to
like the All Stars
anymore.
Yeah,
they always do that
weird
stuff. They always make. I don't know.
I understand. I understand them doing it with the hard copy of 3D All Stars. Yeah. Like that's a collector's item. You could still if you could still get it digitally. I understand why they would stop printing those, because they do want to keep it limited, and they did that in the past, obviously, like you've been saying. But I don't get saying the digitals are going to be gone unless, like we've said before, if they split it up and you can buy each individual game, that's different. But if they're just gone completely, what the fuck are you doing?
Still, even if they are just selling the games individually, like why not sell the bundle too?
Give them the choice. Yeah, no, I agree. But I don't understand why they're going to end this game too.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Especially if it's popular, which it seems like it is.
Yeah. I never have problems connecting to parties. Me
neither. Like usually within like 10 seconds, I'm in a game.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
It's also hard. I don't know. The game's so hard. I've never.
What's the highest you've ranked?
Level 2. Oh, 25. No way.
I've played it a lot, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't played
the highest that you've gotten.
Second. I've gotten second a few times.
Okay.
I've gotten third a lot, more than I can count. I mean, obviously, I have had really poor playthroughs where I've gotten really low ranks, but I've gotten third and second a few times. Not going to brag, but
what is your strategy? Do you run through it, or are you slow and take your time to kill all the enemies? Like, what is the strategy in the game?
So
maybe that's why I suck.
I always try to get the coins, which if you get 1-up mushrooms, that really helps because they give you 20 coins from the outset. Okay. And also power-ups, because once you have a power-up, you get a power-up again, it adds 15 seconds to your timer. So always go for the power-ups, even if you have mushrooms or fire flowers. Also, make sure to always have a fire flower, because if a bunch of enemies in front of you, just spit those fireballs right at them.
Definitely.
And beyond that, it's just play good.
Is there a point to doing it quick?
If you're running, no, not really. You just take your time, kill the enemies. It gives you more time with each enemy, depending on how you do it. Like fireballs give you 1 second, whereas if you jump on their heads, like especially in a row, you can get 2, 3, 4, like a bit. Stone and playing some Mario. Some stone tips for you.
Yeah.
Nintendo Insider here, giving you the.
The lines are open. If you have any questions, tell you how to beat Ganon.
890 game. That's 890 GAME.
I love your car salesman voice. Kind of talk like this. I love it. Fantastic. That was I'm loving that. We're loving it.
Pretty
So
good.
kudos to you both. Let's. You're not a streamer, so you don't have streams to pitch.
No
Don't have. But do you have a social media or anything people should follow? Production house or anything?
I am. Oh no. Everything. All of our production stuff is. I'm not looking at my phone. All my production stuff is No Signal Picture House. You can find that on Instagram. Is basic like our main posting place. I'm _ Wolfe like me on Twitter. With Wolfe with an E, and I'm on Instagram. I am Wolfman's Got Nards. That's Wolfman with an E. I am Wolfman's Got Nards on the Insta. Yeah, come hang out with me. I post a lot of dumb bullshit, so have a good time.
I've always enjoyed the behind the scenes looks that you provide to your stuff.
I think I do that shit to a fault. Maybe sometimes, like I love.
I don't know.
Peeking behind the curtain.
I love it too, so I'm all for it.
Yeah. Well, tell
you
my
do you. You do you.
co-director, I guess.
You're what?
My all of my collaborators, co-directors are like, it's too soon. It's too soon. I'm actually, I guess, when does this come out?
It'll be out Wednesday.
I'm working on a Dungeons and Dragons project. And if you're following me on Instagram, we'll be dropping some information about that soon, and it is really exciting. So,
okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love the you've posted some artwork. Do you do the artwork for the D&D characters?
I don't. That is my buddy Zach Duggar.
Okay.
Yeah, it started like he and I have known each other for a long time. It started as just a phone call about, hey, we should work with each other on something, and then it just very quickly spiraled into a thing. I don't want to say yet.
No pressure.
It's a very cool project, and he is an incredibly talented artist.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So be on the lookout.
When do you think the announcement will be dropped?
Within the week. Yeah, I would.
Okay, cool.
Like around the time maybe that this episode comes out.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll at least have one finished piece of art that kind of will explain what's going on.
Wrap it all up. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, we'll definitely keep a lookout.
Awesome.
Always supporting. We've met each other like through social media. We've been supporting each other ever since. I feel like.
I think we met each other maybe through Josh Hull.
On Facebook and stuff.
Many years ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I always love keeping up with your stuff. So thanks for being a pal.
I love everything that both of you do. So yeah.
Thanks.
I'm a big fan of Weekend Plans and of course your film. So this has been a
stop.
Thank you for having me tonight.
Of course. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Nathan, are you going to be streaming anything, buddy?
Maybe not.
Sure.
We'll see how I'm feeling.
We've been kind of hit or miss with the streaming because
a lot of miss.
Yeah, a lot of miss. We wanted to do it every week with the podcast, but my internet is kind of hit or miss. I'm using hit or miss again. It's kind of sketchy, so I haven't been as on top of it. And we are stoners, so we forget a lot.
True.
But I would like to try, and I'm thinking I'm going to try Days Gone on the PS4. I might do that on a stream. We'll see.
Nathan says no.
Well, thank you.
Apparently I won't.
You can do that. That game is not for me.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I mean, I'm just not into those type of games.
This
Open
weekend
world.
we're hating it. What do we got?
I do like horror movies, but me being like in the driver's seat of that,
not for you.
No thanks. No thank you.
But you do like Last of Us though.
Yeah.
He hasn't beat it.
Wait, what Days Gone?
It's the motorcycle guy.
I'm thinking
all the zombies.
I'm thinking of
Dying Light.
Nope. What is that game that's like Alien Isolation?
Oh, Outlast?
Outlast.
Oh,
yes.
fuck that.
Yeah, that game is scary as hell.
That game's horrible. No, Days Gone. I do have that game. I'm sorry. I do enjoy that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to play that on the stream.
Nice.
Bring it right back.
There we go.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Mike, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. I always enjoy catching up with you.
Absolutely.
So you had me on your podcast years ago, and I felt it only fair to
making the world go round.
Yep. That's my first priority always. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure to check out Mike's films. They're fantastic. Make sure you stay safe and stay isolated. And if you feel like it, stay stoned. R.I.P. Sienna, I love you.